I don't know if I have said that I promised or anything, but we're finally going to be talking about some anime today because I feel like I have been letting it pile up, not necessarily on purpose, but we've had so much cool manga stuff that I really wanted to just focus on. But today we're mainly going to be focusing on shoujo anime because y'all, January is going to be stacked next year. Hello friends, happy Monday. So very excited that you're here. So excited to be talking about some of these anime because there's like, what, I think it's just 2 different villainous anime, and y'all, I'm stoked, even though I need to catch up as I'm filming this video. Need to catch up on May I Ask for one final thing, because that has been my jam, that has been my cup of tea. I am loving the anime, and just life has been unexpectedly busy, and I have not dedicated my time to anime like I should for my punchy villainous Scarlet. But before we talk about that not punchy villainous anime that we're going to talk about, let's talk about a little bit of manga news, because we finally got a new chapter of Magical Girl Dandelion. That is chapter 16. Was so very excited to be with these wonderful characters. Didn't realize it had been a month since we had the previous chapter. I'm like, wow, I definitely felt that weight, but it was more than worth it. I think the last time when I talked about that chapter and it dropped, I mentioned I did not like this new villainous character that was on scene. Like, I was not a fan of her. I'm like, no, she's pretty scary, but this week's chapter really changed my mind. The translation, like, shout out to the translator, because the way this character talks is so much fun. It's so unique, and the things that she said to Shade specifically, yes, I am here. I never imagined I would be on board, but I am on board. I really loved how everything was wrapping up with the previous arc, and you could definitely tell we're about to enter into a new, much scarier arc, which seems really bizarre to me, because I'm like, things have been already pretty intense, but hopefully we got some chill, some relaxation, you know, and everybody can just take a big breather, because yeah, I'm pretty confident they're gonna need it for this next arc that's coming up. But thankfully, this other manga that I've been reading that had a new chapter as well, it wasn't quite as intense, though this chapter, Magical Girl Dandelion, wasn't that intense, but I know it's coming. I know it's coming. So First Love, Worst Love had a new chapter that updated on K-Manga. I absolutely loved it. Read it twice. I mean, I did the same with Magical Girl Dandelion as well. I read both of these chapters twice because I love these series. And if I could just get First Love, Worst Love coming into physical print, that'd be fantastic. But I enjoyed the comedy that happened, and I will just share that one of my new favorite manga panels I've ever read. Here it is. Apparently I need to give a massive apology for not being the kind of friend that can make your eyes roll back. You know, like, this character, this male lead, he is just very funny. It had a big twist that happened near the end, and I'm like, I gotta wait for the next chapter to find out what happens next. Like, no, that's not what I want to do, but that's what I'm gonna have to do. And apparently just waiting's gonna have to be the game for a little bit, because I didn't mention this one of the previous videos, but during NYCC, Kodansha had a Q&A panel at the end. Ben, I forget how he is. I know he's one of the higher ups for Kodansha, at least for the US branch. I forget though what his actual role is, but he did say that they do have a classic manga that they're planning to announce at some time. They had to pull it from the, I guess, panel of that day during NYCC, but they have a classic manga that's coming. He is looking forward to sharing it, and I'm very curious about what it is. I'm hoping, I would love to be optimistic and say it's a older shoujo series. Really don't know what that would be, because we already got Shugo Chara and Mars, both, like, that was amazing in itself, so not really sure what it's going to be, but we all know, I'm pretty sure, that Kodansha, at least for the shoujo state community, that they have just been, man, they've been out there slaying. They've been doing awesome. But a publisher I'm really excited about that has been slowly coming up, and they seem to be doing their very first manga, not just their first manga though, their first shoujo manga, and that is Crossed Hearts. They had their guessing game for their upcoming license, and it is a shoujo, and I'm very intrigued because, yeah, are we getting a sports shoujo manga? Because if you look at the graphic that they have, it says Archery, high school, shoujo romance, too smooth, too confident, too cheeky. I am on board for this. I had no guesses because I am not familiar with any kind of archery, regardless of demo, but there are a lot of guesses for this series right here that I'm sharing. It seems to be a dessert series, 2 volumes, just wrapped up, I believe, last year, and it is about 2 people in an archery club, and some people who have read it have said that he is very cheeky. So I'm like, okay, but I know also quite a few people were like, I really hope that's Yamada's Class Diary, I believe. That is an ongoing series in the Hanatsuyume magazine. I would be in favor of that, but it seems just the male lead is the one that is in this archery club. I don't know anything else more in depth about that, though. I don't remember if I added that to my license wish list. It might be like I have my license wish list and then I have my backlog license wish list to add to the actual one that I want to do. So that was another one. I would be in favor of either of these. I mean, I love shoujo manga, but I love sports shoujo manga. Like, I only know of Blade Girl, which I do have a first impression of if you'd like to check it out. It is a digital series that Kodansha has been printing as part of their print club. Very, very good. I feel like there might be, Girl Crush. That's the other one that, yes, it's about singing and becoming an idol, but very much so it feels just like a sports shoujo manga. So I would also recommend that one too. I actually just got volume 3 of Girl Crush today, so very excited to dive into it. But if you're looking for licenses that just happened this past week, 7C said, hey, 7-Time Loop fans, we see you. They are publishing the short story collection that is part of the 7-Time Loop series here, and so many people were very excited. I don't really read light novels like that, but I have heard very good things about this, and I was very, very excited. I'm behind the manga. In fact, I almost bought, I'm actually 2 volumes behind. I found out with the manga, I think it's volume 6 and 7 that I need to read, and I was like, I didn't realize I was quite that far behind. So this one, though, I feel like you don't really have to read the actual light novel series to appreciate the short story collection. You could just read it as is. So I, myself, might do that. Now, there are 2 other manga news that I want to mention. It's probably not uncommon knowledge that Young of the Dawn is in its final arc. Didn't say it's ending soon. We do not know when. There has been some scare going around on Twitter, at least, of like volume 47 is the last one. No, nobody has confirmed that by either Hanatsuyume, the magazine, or by the creator herself. They have not said that. However, the creator has confirmed, I'm pretty sure, that she is entering the final arc. That's why she took her hiatus. But that leads me to say that if you're sad, like the majority of us, that Young of the Dawn is ending, they're going to have a memorial art book that is going to be part of the release of volume 47, the Japanese edition, just to specify. I have no idea if this is going to be doing that for the regular, the US edition, but it is up for pre-order on Amazon. The tweet that I am linking down below actually has a link somewhere in the tweet reply, so if you're interested in getting it, you can go definitely check it out. I will give a heads up though, if you're planning to do it, that maybe Buddy doing a group order is the way to go, because it was $20 for shipping alone, making the whole art book with the manga $40 to ship it. And I said, okay, I've been a little bit outside the game since all those tariffs hit and not buying anything from overseas. But the cover, or what seems to be the cover, it doesn't say it's the official one, but it looks very, very beautiful. So I just wanted to mention that in case if you want to lock in that pre-order early, because I definitely know for previous volumes that just had, say, a special cover or came with a mini art book, that it sold out very, very quickly. For the last little bit of manga news, I did want to mention, we will cover like a few cover reveals at the very end, but the last actual news part is that we have seen that Nana, the 25th anniversary edition, that Viz is going all out for this. Like, I don't know, I guess the budget didn't go to new licenses. It went to Nana exclusively, because now Crunchyroll for volume 2 is doing an exclusive edition, not with the cover like we've recently seen with Books A Million doing, but now you can get an exclusive art card of both the Nanas that will come with if you pre-order volume 2. I do know that there is some other exclusive edition that's going around for volume 1. I think it's the Kino edition that they are doing something, not really sure what it is, because I forgot to bookmark it, but I know that they're doing something as well. So yeah, they're going all out for this 25th anniversary edition of Nana, and I do hope that it does really well, and hopefully they'll continue to go all out for such an iconic series. Now we'll dive into that anime news I mentioned. For the first thing that we have, Magic Knight Ray Earth, we have the first key visual, and I love it. The girls look stunning, beautiful. Oh my goodness, I am so stoked to see how this anime unfolds. We don't know when it's coming, except for it's coming in 2026. I am seated. I think it just looks really beautiful. I have reviewed the manga on this channel. If you're curious of my thoughts on it, it's the only Clamp series I've actively read. Really enjoyed, and I'm just very excited to see how it's gonna look whenever we get the first PV for this anime, because we did not get this or get the PV yet. And for this next little bit of news, we didn't get a new PV or anything, but we did get news on was an observation log of my fiance who calls herself a villainess, which I did feature my villainess starter pack video last Wednesday because oh my gosh, the first three chapters were so good, and I'm so excited for this anime. And while I'm not familiar, unfortunately, with these voice actors, I did want to share them with you because for the female lead, her name is, or for the voice actor of the female lead, I mean, it is Miyu Tomita, and she is unfortunately not one that I recognize based off of when I went to go like look up different voice actors and whatnot. But for the male lead, Yusuke Kobayashi, he's gonna be voice acting Cecil. I did, or at least I knew of him, and he played Senku from Dr. Stone, as well as the male lead from RE0, and then he also played Suwon in Young of the Dawn. So I think he's gonna have a really awesome voice. Now we did get 3 different PVs, with one of them coming out actually in January of A Gentle Noble's Vacation Recommendation. This looks so soothing to watch. I mean, I think it's gonna have a little bit of, looks like action that's gonna be popping in based off of how the trailer unfolded and everything, but it looked awesome, and I'm excited to hear more about this. The few people that I do know who are actively reading it really do enjoy this manga a lot, and it's just a shame that there's really nobody talking about it because I think it needs some love and some hype, especially since I think it's great just to have those chill anime, even though I tend to go more towards action-based anime. But this next one I'm really excited for because it's a villainous one. I actually have it on my license wish list. I'm really hoping that we get it, and that is The Villainess is Adored by the Crown Prince of the Neighboring Country. I feel like this is gonna be pretty chill. It looks very beautiful. I mean, of course they have some of those villainous tropes and whatnot, but y'all, I'm here for it. You know, I love my villainous stuff, but I think everybody looks really good. Everybody sounded really great. I'm like, yes, like please give it to me. This is gonna be coming in January of next year. Very excited. Just like, please give us the manga because I enjoy watching anime, but man, I'm all on that manga hype train. But this next one, the third PV that we got, is a new one for Twisted Wonderland, and it starts streaming this week, and I'm just like, I am ready. In fact, I don't know if it's on all the different social media, but on Twitter specifically, I think it's the Disney Plus account has been sharing like small little PVs of each of the characters. We've got we've got Crowley, Cater, Trey, I'm missing somebody, and Graham. Those are the ones I have seen thus far, and it keeps getting better and better, and I'm so very stoked. Not only that, but they announced the dub cast for Twisted Wonderland. Now, I don't know where you could find all of that information on one place. It was sort of like I woke up one morning and my entire feed was just bombarded with, hey, I'm gonna be doing the voice of Glim. Hey, I'm gonna be doing the voice of Jack. Hey, I'm gonna be doing Azul. And I'm like, I don't listen to dub, just preference, not that I have anything against it. And I'm like, I have no idea who any of these people are, but I'm like, yay! I never imagined we would get a dub for Twisted Wonderland. I don't know if the dub's gonna be starting the same day as the actual, like, when it starts streaming, or if it's gonna be released later. I really don't know, but from what I have heard, it sounds good, and honestly, it's just been really beautiful and amazing to see these voice actors be so excited to be part of the Twisted Wonderland community. Like, I know the VA of Azul, he is very active, and he has actively played Twisted Wonderland, so it's been cool seeing, like, he recently just got the Azul card, and he's like, okay, time to groovy him, and I was like, yo, like, this is the coolest thing, just seeing these voice actors excited for the roles that they're going to be playing. The one that I did show, though, the screenshot here, is just of the main cast for the first part. I saw something today where they're like, the next, what would be like book 2 is going to be getting the animation soon. I'm like, okay, I'm seated, but I couldn't find anything like official, so I didn't share about that or anything. But y'all, I'm so incredibly pumped. I don't know how they're going to do it. I forgot how many episodes it's going to be, but your girl's going to be there. My daughter's really excited, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So thankfully, though, that this one will start airing this upcoming week. But this next one, Mushroom Witch, is going to be airing in January, and we got a new PV and a new key visual. I love the PV that they have. I think it's very beautiful. The female lead looks fantastic, and I'm still shocked that this did not get picked up this year. I mean, I know we still have a few months left, but majority, I think, of the licensing, of the big licenses anyway, I should say, are unfortunately over, though I'm still holding out for Cross Hearts. If they're doing their first manga, you know, nothing's off the table, but they might just do manhwa moving forward. I really don't know. But yeah, the key visual looks great. The PV looked very engaging. I loved it a lot, and this is going to be, I already say that's going to be airing in January, so much will be coming at that time, because also I know we got Taemin that's coming in January too. But it looks beautiful. I love all the little different creatures and everything, and I'm just excited to see more of this one, and really, really hope at some point we do get an actual manga license for this, the same as the next one, which is a new villainous anime that got announced. And I have to look at the translation that it gave, because it's called The Timid Lady at Max Timidity, Yet She Ended Up Joining Her Capable Fiance's Bet. And we got a new PV for this. Looked very, very nice. I never heard of the manga before now, and we also got the new key visual, and I'm very, very curious about this because this is a young woman. She had like I think when I was reading the blurb, she had a fever at the age of 10, and then that's when she realizes like, oh, I have been reincarnated to a reverse harem otome game, and I'm the villainess. And she's like, that's not what I want. She's very timid, very reserved, very quiet, and just sort of like, no, I'm not going to do that. And before she, I guess, became in this world, she was a university student. She was getting her doctorate degree. She's like, well, I'm just sort of going to try and pull that knowledge or remember that knowledge from then and bring it over into this world. And she's like, I just want to sort of open a museum. But she is, I guess, engaged to this. It doesn't say here, but somewhere else I saw like the translation. I think they said, yeah, this one here that said the voice actors are for the two main leads. It says, even though I'm a super timid, noble girl, I accept the bet for my cunning fiance. So I'm like, is he cunning or not? Like, you know, when you look at the key visual here, he looks great, and I don't feel really worried for her or anything. I was like, oh, I feel like he's going to be in our girl's corner, because of course he doesn't want to break the engagement, because, you know, she's going to change, and of course that change is going to lead to our male lead loving her more. That's just how it goes, and I love when it happens. I love when it happens. So very, very excited for this. Like, villainous anime, let's go. I'm always on board. And the two voice actors for the female lead, we have Miku Ito, and then for the male lead, we have Ryota Osaka. Unfortunately, I don't know the female VA, and I wasn't familiar with any of the voices or the characters she's done, but I can say for the male VA, he did Akashi in Haikyuu, and I said, oh, that's all I need to know. I said, if he sounded like that, now granted, he could sound pretty different in other anime, just how I've heard him in Haikyuu. I was like, I have full confidence that this male lead, he's going to take care of this female villainess in this story, and hoping, once again, for another villainous manga to get licensed. I'm going to have to add this to my license wish list. Like, yes, I'll eat them up like they're candy. It's so great. It's so good. Much to look forward to. I don't think they mentioned when this one was coming. Yeah, it just gave us the new key visual and, you know, the PV, but no official release date. I'm assuming sometime next year. But let's talk about a few of those cover reveals. This one is also going to be coming in 2026, though we know it's going to be the summer, and that's Under the Oak Tree, Volume 3 of the novel. This cover is stunning. Inklor is going all out on these covers, and I think they are beautiful. I'm very, very happy for fans of this series. Like, they are getting it justice. I love how they have that blue sprayed edge, and they have the quote on there that says, "Only after I met you did I learn what it's like to be alive." Beautiful, stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Yen Press had two different cover reveals. The first one is Suzuki-kun's Mindful Life Volume 2. I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute. I do have a first impression of Volume 1. Very much looking forward to this releasing. It releases this December. Just super cute, very fun, beautiful story, and excited to read more. And then for the last one, it is not a shoujo sei, but I really love the work by the light novelist, and that is Even a Replica Can Fall in Love, the manga. We already have, I think, like Volume 1, maybe Volume 2, maybe more of the light novel in English already by Yen Press. But yeah, oh, I can't wait to read this. I read a sample chapter, and I meant to say the light novelist is by the same one that did If the Villainess and Villain Met and Fell in Love, which I just did a review this past Friday on. Love the series, so I have very high expectations for this manga. Hope it delivers. I meant to say earlier, I read a sample chapter. It was like chapter 1. It was great, very intrigued. It comes out in December, and eagerly looking forward to that. And not just these, you know, two manga at the end here, but so much, so much that is coming. I'm so thankful that we're continuing to be fed. You know, what anime are you looking forward to coming out next year? Are there any anime that you're watching right now and enjoying? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!